I'm Lee and welcome to my channel. And this video is titled, What Happens When You Ignore a Narcissist? Now definitely check out my other videos. A lot of interesting backstory. But, so basically the cycle of I don't even want to call it a relationship. I thought we were in a relationship. He apparently thought otherwise, and his actions proved otherwise. So to call it a relationship now is just a joke. But so before I found out about the cheating, he and his anger can go from this to this, and I'm telling you, it could be anything. This man is very short fused, and to tell you how short fused he is, he had court ordered anger management twice. And as you can see of previous videos, yeah, that didn't do anything. So constantly just so short-tempered, so irate, like you are literally walking on eggshells around this person. I couldn't be myself. I mean, it would just constantly breaking up with me. I mean, of course, at that time, I didn't know why. Didn't know why. Just, I said something wrong. I did something wrong. I didn't know why. So then I find out about the cheating. And of course, I wanted it to work. I thought I loved this person. And so the cycle was, okay, found out about the cheating February 2020. And this incident happened about 6 months ago. Okay. So he broke up with me more times than I can even count. And this is how the cycle went. He's still being highly inappropriate. Don't know if he was out with other women, but he was definitely flirting with other women. Definitely still talking trash about me. Being highly inappropriate. Just very inappropriate for someone who is in a relationship. And I would find out about it. I would ask him. I would either get radio silence, and I would get blocked. I would get shut out. I would get called every name in the book, and he would break up with me because I call him out on his BS. And then, of course, I'm like, oh God, well, maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut and begged for him to come back to me, begging for stuff that wasn't even my fault. And basically, I guess he wants a girlfriend, but he wants a girlfriend that's dumb enough to believe his words and not question his actions. He wants a girl just to bury her head in the sand because he wants a girlfriend, but he still wants to go out and act like he's single, but only for him to do that. No, the girlfriend can't go out and do that. Oh God, no. So, and let me tell you something. This is a grown man. Grown. This is an almost 60-year-old man. Okay, almost 60. And it's crazy because I never said his age before. Well, I'm saying it now. So if you watch these previous videos, this 60-year-old man, which proves just because you're older does not mean you are wiser, does not mean you are more mature. On top of that, I call them girls because they're not women, but they're older than myself. And for these women to have no problem that you're in a relationship, that I just think that's what you choose to be around, but whatever. It's a completely different video. So that was the cycle. So most recently, about 6 months ago, broke up with me, told me go blank myself. I hate you. Move on with your life. I don't want crap to do with you anymore. Blah, 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 whatever. I was sad for a few days, but then I was like, whatever. Like, I'm not going to beg this person to be with me. That's what I did for 7 years. He would break up with me for whatever trivial reason. I would call and beg and plead. Like, I was just I'm actually embarrassed by how just weak-minded I was. I'm embarrassed. Can't believe I acted that way. Can't believe I acted so desperate. But so like a month passed. I didn't contact him at all. And that's something he was not used to, because for 7 years, I'm calling you, I'm emailing you, I'm sending flowers to your house. Like, I'm doing all of these things. Like, please talk to me. Please talk to me. What did I do? I'm so sorry. Like, just apologizing for crap that wasn't even my fault. Like, oh, I'm sorry I questioned you on being out with other women while you told me you weren't. Oh, I'm sorry for calling you out. So this month passed, the month, and I remember this night. I had just made a therapy session to deal with him, to deal with him, just to deal with that whole toxic, I mean, just to deal with that whole relationship. Okay. Made a therapy session, was feeling good. Just made a med spa appointment to get some Botox, to get some lip fillers. Like, I was like, okay, well, you know what? We're going to glow up. We're going to level up. Like, forget him, don't need him, whatever. I was going out with friends. Like, I was, trying to be the person that I was before him. Be the person that didn't have to monitor myself to make sure that I didn't say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing or act a certain way because he would blow up. So I get an email notification and I look and it's his name. And this email was calling me every frickin' name in the book. This was a very hateful email. So I read it and I was like, okay, whatever. Still going back to doing my thing. Goes off again. I was like, okay, whatever. So turn off all the lights in my house. I go lay down in bed. I'm watching TV on my phone and I hear bam, 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 bam. I'm like, and this is like at 9 o'clock at night. This is like 9:30 at night. I'm like, oh my God. So, I mean, they're knocking like they're the police, okay? So, my phone's on silent. I get up, I creep, look out the peephole, and I'm like, oh my God. And I had my phone in my hand, had it on silent, thank God. Phone's blowing up, phone's blowing up. And I'm like, what in the world? So it's him. Never did he ever pull a stunt like this. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So, I mean, my adrenaline's pumped, right? So I lay back down in bed. The next morning, I hear bam, 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 bam. I'm like, what is going on? Because I'm not responding. Didn't respond to the hateful emails. Didn't answer, like, nothing. So I was like, oh my God. So then here comes the craziness. The craziness that I never in 1,000 years expected this person to do, because this person has always dismissed me. Person talked trash about me. Person broke up with me. Told me go blank yourself. I don't want anything to do with you. Like, this person made it clear he hates me for whatever reason. Don't want crap to do with me. Okay. So, and I think I was off that day. And he works, he's self-employed, so he can make his own schedule. So he's showing up multiple times throughout the day, banging on my door, banging on my window. And I'm like, oh my God. So then here comes the crazy messages. He's blowing up I had him blocked. So he's going through burner numbers, blowing up my phone and being so, making threats. He is making threats. He's calling me every name in the book. He's saying, you better call me right now. You better call me right now. If you don't call me right now, I'm going to show up at your work. I'm going to email your boss and tell him what a horrible person you are. This is a 60-year-old man, remember, going off. And I'm freaking out because he's just at my door, banging on my, like, he's freaking out. And these like, I never in a million years thought that this person would act like a psychotic mess. Never. So it got to the point to where I was on the phone with my mother And I'm like, you got to tell him to stop. I don't want to talk to him. You've got to tell him to leave me alone, because this is not only this is happening at all hours of the day and night, blowing up my phone from burner numbers, making just horrible threats to me, banging on my door, banging on my window. I mean, it's borderline scary. It got to the point to where I don't want to go out and walk my dogs. I don't even want to take my dogs outside for 2 seconds. And who knows what he's capable of. So then it goes from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. Then here comes the, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please talk to me. Please talk to me. I'm so sorry for the way I acted. Oh my. And remember, I have not responded. I didn't respond to him. God, I feel like this went on for at least 2 or 3 weeks, honestly. I mean, this happened so long ago, and I just want to block it out. And so then, you know, the nice messages, they're not working. So then it goes back to, you better call me right now. I'm going to show up at your work. I'm going to make a scene. I'm going to, like, just all of this stuff. So he's wanting a response from me. Doesn't care if it's good, doesn't care if it's bad. He wants a response, and I am not giving it to him. Not giving it to him. So then here comes some other stuff. Okay, I'm on Instagram. That's my thing, Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I hate Facebook. He is Facebook king, posting all his business out there. Yeah, I'm not. So then he's making Facebook accounts. Or no, I'm sorry, Instagram accounts. But he's making the accounts under his name, or like screen names that I would know. And he's harassing me on Instagram. And I'm just like, block, block, block. I'm like, why is he acting so psychotic? I'm doing what he wanted. I am moving on with my life, not contacting him. This is exactly what he wanted. So why is he freaking out about it? So then here comes the novels left upon my doorstep. Okay, I worked evenings, so I wouldn't get home until like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And every time I would come home, I would come around the corner, like peek my head around. There's a note left on my door. There's a package left on my door, just pouring out his heart. And I'm like, you don't love me. You're not sorry. All of this is, your ego is bruised. Your ego is bruised because I've moved on. That's what you wanted. Now all of a sudden, because I'm not harassing you and begging you to get back with me, now your ego's bruised. And I also found out all the little mistresses that he had before, that he would always get back in contact with anytime we would break up. They all moved on with their lives. They all completely moved on with their lives, didn't want crap to do with him anymore. So he's not getting that narcissistic supply from these other women. So let's come back to me. And then he got real, showing up at my door with his dog, because I loved his dog a whole lot more than I ever loved him. Showing up with his dog because he knows my car is there. Even though I had all the blinds shut, the lights off, he knew my car was there. So he knew I was there. So he's showing up with the dog. And then, he was doing a lot. Stuff I didn't even know he was capable of doing. Printing out little pictures, writing these little short novels. I mean, it was borderline sickening, because he didn't mean any of it. He just wanted his ego stroked. And honestly, that's the best thing that I could say, is it really is true. When they give you advice to go no contact with a narcissist, go no contact. It will kill them. And there's also a second part to this story, but it's a whole other video. So yeah, I just wanted to explain that and just say, you can't put anything past anyone, because as much anger and hatred and rage that this person showed me, never in a million years did I think he would go single white female and just go freaking crazy. And he did. Yeah. So basically, don't entertain the crazy, whether you're calling to tell them leave me alone, don't talk. Any attention is good attention, because the and I saved some of the screenshots, and I mean it is just never, I mean, making horrible threats to me. You're going to come up to my job, you're going to cause a scene, you're going to make everyone realize what a bad, like, what? So I just wanted to share that story. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. Thanks, guys. See ya.